Right, what is up guys, JJ Richards here, welcome back to another YouTube video. And today, you can probably see behind me, but we are back in my hometown. This is where I was born and raised, the beautiful sunny Hull. And today we are going to be training at Ultraflex. Like, I have been to this gym before, which you'd have seen if you've been a subscriber for a while. However, we haven't done a proper in-depth gym review video. So we're gonna head in there now. But before we do, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We're gonna go in, hit some back. However, I need some pre-workout first because we got here about midnight last night. We was up at about 6, 7 o'clock this morning. Energy is a little bit low. So we're gonna get a pre-workout, have a decent back session and check out the gym. Let's go. Okay, so I hope you like that introduction. Gives you a bit of an insight to how sick this gym actually is. So now we are going to move on to the workout segment of this video. So the first exercise, now this has grown to be one of like my favorite movements that I do, and I probably incorporate it in every single back day. I used to try and do like the straight arm cable pull downs, but I find I like this one a lot more for really opening up those lats to get started. And you'll see in a second, especially from this angle, there's a little bit of a trick to this movement that you need to slightly bend the elbows outwards so it activates a lat a little bit more. Whereas if you do it with like straight arms, you're gonna hit a little bit more chest. So very slightly bending the elbows outwards and just following it up just above the chest. So once the lats are nice and warm, we move on to one of our first machines. So this one was the hammer strength pull down. And I always find I tend to gravitate towards using the hammer strength equipment because you know that it's strong, you know it's reliable, you know that the angles are absolutely A star. So this was the first exercise we did. You'll notice throughout all of this workout, pretty much nearly every single exercise is machine based, which isn't my usual way of training. But when I'm using a different gym and they've got all these different machines, especially this one, they've got so many different bits of equipment, I would probably like to just do 2 sets on every single one. But on this one we did 4 sets, 2 field sets, 1 heavy working set, and then 1 back off set. So this piece here, this is the Prime Extreme Row. Never used this before, but it is absolutely insane. It's on par with the Panata row. So they're kind of like my 2 favorite machines at the moment to hit this kind of row position. So with Prime, you'll see I've got a few different Prime bits of kit in this workout. You might not be able to see, but they have 3 different points of load. And it depends where you want the maximum load during that strength curve as to where you load the plates. So this machine was an Atlantis row. So this is pretty much the lazy version of doing a dumbbell row. And I will always incorporate a heavy dumbbell row into my workout. But solely for the purpose of this video, we give this machine a go. And I must say, I did quite like it. It's not something that I would personally choose if I owned a gym. And there's only a few little faults that I had with this bit of kit. And the main piece is that it's quite set. So you can't adjust the knee plate. You can't adjust where the hand grips are. So it's very much set in one position. So depending on the height of the person using it, the size of the person using it, it's not very user friendly for the ability to adjust it. And that's where Prime are really exceptional when it comes to like equipment design, because they have so many different moving parts. So depending on the individual size and shape, you can get into a good position. Now this is a perfect example. So you can see the little pin on the side, so you can actually adjust the height on the pull down, which you don't normally tend to find. So if you're vertically challenged and you can't quite reach it as you kind of sat into the position, then you can adjust it. So that's really, really good. Now again, this piece of kit is not something that I would use all the time. It's kind of just like a gimmicky version of a lat pull down. So if you are limited for space, you probably would just get a pull down machine. However, this one was actually really, really nice. I like the grips that they have on the Prime kit. It really kind of takes the pressure away from the biceps and allows you to use your hands as hooks. So that's something that's really good with the Prime kit. This again was the Atlantis bicep curl machine. And again, when I kind of talk about the inability to adjust this, you can see my armpits are raised way above. And now the seat does adjust, but unfortunately the seat on this, either I was just not strong enough to pull the pin out or it was broken. So I didn't really like that, if I'm honest with you. And the final movement, yes, we did some dumbbell work. So these have actually got the Watson dumbbells where they've got the fat grip and the fin grip, which is awesome. If you've got the space to do that, that's just absolutely fantastic, because I don't know why, but I seem to get a much better pump in my biceps when I'm using the thicker grips. And this was the third set on this, so we did a drop set. So we used the 10s for as many as I could, then dropped it down to the 5s. But overall, fantastic workout. Loved using some of the bits and bobs that they had in this gym. Right, so it is now time to give you my honest verdict on Ultraflex Gym in Hull. Now I have to say, when it comes to the kind of weightlifting, bodybuilding gyms, whatever you want to call them, I think Ultraflex is leading when it comes to change, because they have got quite a few different gyms. They're more based in the north. If you've seen my other gym review videos, you'll see that we've also been to the one in Leeds, which was also unbelievable. And they tend to find they've got quite a bit of consistency with the kind of branding and the type of kit that they have, which is really, really good. And some of them have a few unique additional features as well, whether that's like a secondary service line, like you saw in this one, they had the barbers and the physio, and some of them have got different bits of kit, depending on obviously which gym you go to, so you kind of got a good variety as well. So let's talk about my journey and experience when using this gym. So actually, location of the gym and parking is very, very good. Never had an issue whenever I've been to this gym when it comes to parking. Now they say it takes 7 seconds to create a first impression. And when you walk into this gym, it is just breathtaking when you see all of that equipment in front of you. It's literally like a kid on Christmas Day. Like, I love going to this gym, and I've never actually trained back in there before, so I was super excited. Now, the reception desk. Customer service is key for retaining members and also giving members that quality experience when using the facility. Now, unfortunately, I don't know the lady's name that was on the reception desk. However, if I owned a gym, I would want her to be on the reception desk. Her customer service, her interaction skills, just how happy she was. She was absolutely fantastic. And I always say this, sometimes when you go into kind of like bodybuilding, weightlifting gyms, sometimes the service just isn't there because they're not really focused on customer service. They more focus on equipment and atmosphere. But if you can tick all the boxes, then you're on to an absolute winner. So yeah, I can't kind of praise her enough for how good she was at her job. So the gym itself is just something else. It's hard to put it into words, but it's just the sheer attention to detail. Again, when it comes to Ultraflex, they tend to find to have the Atlantis Prime is the kind of main two. They have a lot of hammer strength. They've got a couple of Watson bits, the Watson dumbbells, and then they have a few little unique bits. They've got a few little bits of Nautilus in there as well. And they've probably got a couple of other bits, but I can't remember. But that's just based on the equipment that we used today. And this happens quite often when you go into gyms that have got various different brands. I always talk about it a lot, but these guys go above and beyond to make sure that the gym aesthetically just looks so slick and so professional. Like, all of the upholstery is branded, which looks really cool. It's all been sprayed the same red colour, so it looks really cool. You know, they've got a little red fleck in the flooring, which looks really good. They've got like the red LED lights around the mirrors, which looks really good. But I love it. You'll see from the intro clip where they've got like the "This is Ultraflex." It also kind of reminds me of like the Hollywood side. It's just big, bold, in your face, and it just looks insane. So I absolutely love this gym. It encourages me to go up north and visit my family a little bit more. I know that's really bad to say, but this gym is just so good. So I do want to try and get to all of the Ultraflexes eventually. Rotherham is probably the next one that I'm going to try and get to, because it's kind of on my route up to Hull. But if you are in and around Hull, like, you need to be a member of this gym. I've been to a few gyms in Hull and none of them compare to this one, but I will try and check out a few other ones. But from what I've seen and what I've heard, if you live in Hull, join Ultraflex. It's that good. So I was very happy with the session that we had. It's really hard to try and find something to critique about this gym. Like, I always do like to try and give pros and cons. It's really difficult. I saw a guy doing leg extension in jeans. I've never seen that before in a gym, but you know, each to their own, I guess. So it's hard to try and find something to fault this gym with. And also, I don't think I saw any bits of kit that were actually out of order, apart from the seat on that Atlantis bicep curl machine didn't work. So it's well maintained. It's very clean as well. You know, they've got wet wipes and things all over to keep it nice and clean. So yeah, I'm really clutching at straws here to try and find something negative to say about this gym. So I can, so I won't. So that concludes the review of Ultraflex Gym Hull. Very good. Make sure you check it out. I'm excited for the next workout. I think next time I go, I'm going to kind of do like a shoulder and chest workout, because it's been a while since I've done an upper body in an Ultraflex. It's normally always like back and legs, because you tend to find they have cool machines that you don't normally get anywhere else. So I hope you enjoyed that review, guys. Again, drop down in the comments below if there's any gyms that you want me to check out, because this year I'm dedicating myself to try and get out to as many gyms as possible. So let me know if there's any gyms that you recommend me going to that I haven't already been to, or maybe that I've not heard of before. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye, peace, God bless.